Cannon for that lead. All right, heat race number 2 coming out. And here's how they're going to line up. On the pole is going to be the 57 of Dylan Johnson. On the outside, the 64 of Griffin McGrath. Row number 2 on the inside is the 17M of Smoke Metcalf. And on the outside, the 41P of Peyton Pyle. Row number 3 on the inside is the 85 III of Zerny Vest III. And to his outside, the 7T of Ty Olson. Row number 4 on the inside is the 83M of Paul Martin. On the outside, the 1OZ of Glenn Mitchell. Row number 5 on the inside is the 20H of Steve Harshbarger. And on the outside is the 82L of Chris Luttrell. 10 cars, 12 laps the distance. I'm sorry. I was thinking 10. 10 cars, 12 laps the distance here in heat race number 2, presented by Wares Machines. Here at Turkey Bowl 18, presented by Home Pro Pools. Johnson and McGrath are going to lead them down the backstretch into turn number 3. Keith, the flagman, is ready out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Heat race number 2 is on as we've got a drag race down into turn number 1. You've got Johnson trying to hold off, but falls back into second. Meanwhile, here comes Metcalf and Pyle and Olson. You've got cars all over the place as we go across the stripe. 1 down, 11 to go. And your leader right now is the 64 of Griffin McGrath. But here comes the 7T of Ty Olson up to second as we've gotten 2 laps down. 10 to go. Ty Olson coming to the backside of McGrath as they come out of turn number 2. The battle for third continues to go as you've got Johnson trying to hold off, but Mitchell, who ran really fast in hot laps earlier, moves up into that third spot. 3 down, 9 to go.
9 laps remaining as we're going to come out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. We're going to go the 7T of Ty Olson. Going to be your race leader as he's got a door-to-door battle right back behind him. Griffin McGrath going to be sitting there in that number 3 spot now as Glenn Mitchell from New Zealand going to slide up into the number 2 spot. Out of turn number 4. 1, 2, and 3 all single file. The battles for 4th and 5th now. Excuse me. Hot chocolate does the body good. Out of turn 4 again. It is still Ty Olson in the 7T. Glenn Mitchell sits in second.
Ty Olson starting to pull away. Glenn Mitchell's not going to make it easy. McGrath to the backside of Mitchell as they go down the backstretch into turn number 3. McGrath looked to try to take the long way around, but isn't going to work out for him. He's going to stay in third as we've crossed the stripes 7 times, 5 more to go. Johnson trying to hold off Pyle, and they are just like do-si-doing around each other from turn 1. Here we go in turn number 4, and it is still going to be Johnson holding on to that 4th spot. Peyton Pyle still in 5th. Luttrell up to 6th after starting 10th. So he's gained some ground. But now we're going to see how Ty Olson does with some lap traffic as he's trying to get around Zerny Vest the third. And he gets under him pretty cleanly. So here comes Glenn Mitchell now to try to close the gap. McGrath, losing some ground. Oh, we've got a car over here facing the wrong way. That looks to be the 83M of Paul Martin. And kudos to the drivers for avoiding contact.
So the 83 of Paul Martin goes around coming out of turn number 4. As we got 9 laps down, 3 more to go here for heat number 2. Your Wheeler Metals INX Legends brought to you by Weir Machines.
All right. Oh, if you're looking at the replay, you can see when Olson just swerved to avoid Paul Martin there. So that's some good driving by Ty Olson, your current race leader. Your current leader right now is the 7T of Ty Olson. Second is the 1OZ of Glenn Mitchell. And in third is the 64 of Griffin McGrath. Then it's Dylan Johnson, Peyton Pyle, Chris Luttrell, Steve Harshbarger, Zerny Vest, and Smoke Metcalf.
Ty Olson going to be out front all by his lonesome. And I've just been told Ty Olson, the 7T out front, is only 14 years old. And he's putting a whooping on him, ain't he?
All right. Mitchell on the inside, McGrath on the outside. Johnson down, pile up. That's your top 5 as they pull Paul Martin to the infield. We've completed 9 laps. We've got 3 more to go. 14-year-old Ty Olson's going to take them out of turn number 2 and lead these snail-looking cars at a snail's pace down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Remember, y'all, wait for the cone before you go. Olson's going to lead them through 3. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out.
And down the front stretch, we're going to go into 1 and 2. We got people up here throwing stuff in the booth. Out of turn 4, back to the Legends, heat number 2. It is all Ty Olson out front, followed in by Mitchell, then McGrath. But McGrath, he kind of lost some momentum there as he went way top side. Out of 4 again, it is still Olson. Mitchell, now you got Johnson up into the number 3 spot.
All right, last lap. Here we go. Olson's going to be your leader going into turn number 3, holding off Mitchell as we come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out for the 7T of Ty Olson. Glenn Mitchell in second. And Griffin McGrath finishes third.